You are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. I just bought a fucking homeless guy a meat pie. I don't know how the fuck that happened. I don't mind giving money to the homeless. I don't mind buying them shit, but I need to see some real fucking desperation. For starters, your clothes need to be worse than mine. If you're wearing better clothes than me, don't fucking approach me for money. Go commit an armed robbery. Find an old person and hold them up while you still can. Then in 10 to 15 years when you get out and you're on the street because you haven't got a house, because you can't hold down a job, because you were in jail too long and you're having trouble assimilating back into the real world, you're institutionalized, then come up to me and ask for a couple of dollars. Not now while you still got Nikes. Fuck that. I need real desperation. Like proper fucking pure desperation. Full mental illness. I don't want to be able to understand what the fuck you want from me. You got to have the yellow between the fingers from smoking too many cigarettes that you picked up off the ground. I want to see you looking in the bin for a cigarette. I also don't want to see you holding up a sign like one of those honest signs. Hey, need $20 to buy some weed and a burrito. Fuck you. That might have been cute in the 90s, not now. So I was on my way back from a gig tonight and I stopped in at 7-Eleven to get a coffee, a $1 fucking coffee. Trying to save some fucking money by drinking horseshit coffee. And on my way into 7-Eleven, this homeless guy, he was drinking a Slurpee, which set off alarm bells already. I'm like, where did you get that fucking Slurpee? And it's like 11 p.m. What the fuck are you drinking a Slurpee for at 11 p.m.? And I've played it over and over in my head. So this is what happened. I go to walk into 7-Eleven. He comes over to me, takes a sip of his Slurpee, arrogantly as well. And in my head, I'm like, this cunt is getting nothing from me. I haven't got any change anyway. And I think that's what happened. I overplayed how much I wish I had some coins to give him. I played it too hard. I was basically saying, I wish, if it was God's will, I wish I had some money in my pocket to give you. And in the middle of pretending to check my pockets for coins, he's like, oh, that's okay. Can you get me a meat pie? I'm like, what? I'm like, a meat pie? He's like, yeah. And he completely fucking threw me. I'm like, all right, I'll buy you a meat pie. And then I'm like, no, I'm not going to buy this kind of fucking meat pie. So I'm like, hopefully he's gone. And I walk over to the window and he's standing at the window pointing at the fucking meat pie. So I'm like, all right, how much are fucking meat pies? $4 fucking 50 for a meat pie. So I buy this fucker a meat pie. I walk back out and give it to him and no fucking thank you either. Like he was pissed off at me that I couldn't give him money and he had to accept my meat pie. But well played. He was adaptable. He saw I overcommitted with my search for coins in my pocket. I made it look like I desperately wanted to give him money, and he adapted. Once he saw me overplay my hand, he was wily enough to change tactics, and you got to respect it. I think that's how he got the Slurpee too. Someone before me got fucked with the same play. Hey, can I have $1? Nah, I haven't got any coins. Can you buy me a Slurpee then? They're like, what? A fucking... Oh, yeah, all right. What flavor do you want? Then he gets real intricate. So just a third of the cup, just make that raspberry, and then fill it up to about halfway with cola, and then the rest of the cup, I want a little bit of a mix. Can you do a thin layer of grape, a thin layer of pineapple, and then top the rest up with lime? I used to live in King's Cross in Sydney, and that's just full of homeless people. And I used to get hit up like 10 times a day. I've seen all the plays. And like I said, I don't mind buying homeless people shit or giving them money, but you've got to be good. In King's Cross one day, some guy came up to me with a common play. He's like, can I have $5? I need to buy some food to take me medicine. In my head, I was like, mate, I've heard this one fucking 8 times on my way to you. So I'm like, all right, I'll buy you some food. He's like, oh, fuck. He's like, oh, fuck. I just need to take me medicine. I don't want to eat now. I want to eat later. I'm like, well, that's my offer. I'll buy you some food now. If you need to take your medicine, eat it later. I don't give a fuck. It's like, oh, fuck. All right. I'll get some food. And the closest place was an Indian store. I'm like, are you happy with Indian? He's like, yeah, all right. So we get there. I'm like, do you want some rice and curry? What do you want? He's like, I'll get 3 meat samosa. I'm like, do you really want meat samosa? I'll buy you anything. It's fine. He's like, nah, I want samosa. I'm like, fuck it, all right, I'll buy you samosas. 3 meat samosas. So it ends up costing me fucking $10.50 anyway. And again, no thank you. He's more pissed off that I'm buying him something and not giving him the money. So I hand him the samosas and then we stand out the front of the store for a little while. And I expect him to just start walking off and he doesn't start walking off. So we're standing there both together awkwardly. And he's going nowhere. And I'm like, all right, well, fucking see you later. He's like, yeah, see ya. So I start walking down the street going, why wasn't he walking off? And then it hits me and I realize why he wasn't walking off. And so I go back to the Indian store. And just as I suspected, the wily cunt was trying to give back his samosas and get the cash for it. And I'm like, well played. Well fucking played. How can you even get angry at that? It's like a game of chess and he just checkmate me in 2 moves. Alright, that is me done. Hit me up on social media. Thanks to everyone who messages me. It's fucking sweet. I enjoy it. Keep messaging me. Send in some stories. Send me in some fucking drunken stories. Send it to any of my social media. I'm at Boyle Comedy on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you're enjoying the pod, rate, review, subscribe to it, tell your friends about it, and see you fucking later.